Thanks for watching Community Update for Friday, January 17th. I'm Steve Erickson. Super Tuesday is still several weeks away, but Coon Rapids residents can now cast an early vote for the presidential nominee of their choice. CTN's Jennifer Anderson has a rundown of a new primary election process. Jennifer?
Steve, this is the first year that Minnesotans can cast an actual ballot for who should be the Republican or DFL nominee for president. It's called the Presidential Nomination Primary. That election is scheduled for March 3rd, but Coon Rapids City Hall is open for absentee voting now. Deciding the nominees for president used to happen at party caucuses, where party organizers would conduct a straw poll. In 2016, the Minnesota State Legislature decided to change that. By replacing the caucus with a nomination primary, the process will now be managed by cities and counties.
Because if you remember back to 2016, with the intense interest in politics now, the political parties struggled a bit to get the caucus facilitated for everyone.
There are separate ballots for Republicans and Democrats. You will need to bring your license or ID and declare your party to receive the appropriate ballot. The state legislature secured funds for the new primary process, and cities will be reimbursed for the added cost.
It gives all Minnesotans, if you're eligible to vote, the option to cast a ballot towards your nominee. So we should have more people involved in the caucus for president than we have before, which is a good thing for the voter.
There are several ways to cast a ballot. Absentee voting is now underway during normal business hours at City Hall, and your completed ballot will go into a sealed envelope. Starting February 25th, you can place your ballot directly into a voting machine at City Hall. Or you can go to the polls on primary election day, which is March 3rd. Polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's important to mention that precinct caucuses will still take place a week before the primary. It's an opportunity to choose nominees for offices other than the president and also establish each party's platform. Steve?
All right, Jennifer, thanks. Governor Tim Walz made a stop in Coon Rapids this week. On Monday, he unveiled his higher education spending plan for state colleges and universities. CTN's Steve Antis has more from Anoka Ramsey Community College.
We're here and proud to propose that we are investing $447 million in higher education institutions across Minnesota.
Governor Tim Walz made his case for higher education spending, flanked by legislators and several presidents from Minnesota State schools, along with the University of Minnesota.
We know businesses are facing a worker shortage. The critical funding would address the gap by providing 21st century education to prepare our students for the jobs of tomorrow.
The governor proposed $224 million for projects at the University of Minnesota. Minnesota State colleges and universities would get nearly $264 million. Of that, $142 million would go toward asset preservation, like making renovations to Anoka Ramsey's nursing labs and classrooms.
Often when we come to campus to practice new skills we have been taught in the lab, the lab space is used up by other students and we have to wait sometimes for hours.
Included in the bonding request is $16.2 million to update Anoka Ramsey's nursing program, which is the second largest in the state. The governor toured the facilities and heard from students like Charles Osugo.
So we have needed to go into the hallways just so that we can do the procedures and practice the skills that we need to pass our classes.
Anoka Ramsey received money in 2018 for design work on a modernized business and nursing building at the Coon Rapids campus. It would more than double the current space for the new nursing labs and learning spaces for the nursing program. The higher education campus improvements are part of a nearly $2 billion bonding proposal, which the governor will give to a divided legislature next month. From Anoka Ramsey Community College, Steve Antis for CTN Update.
In all, the DFL governor is proposing a record $2 billion bonding package. The state does have a projected $1.3 billion surplus, but a bonding bill of that size will still be a source of contention with a split legislature. The 2020 legislative session gets underway on February 11th. A new business is coming to Coon Rapids Boulevard. The City Council recently approved a liquor license for Leonard's Bar and Grill to do business at the old Willie's location near Xavier Street. The business requested a Class A on sale, Sunday and 2 a.m. liquor license. The council also approved a gambling premises permit for the Coon Rapids Youth Hockey Association. Leonard started hiring this week, but there's still no word on when the business will open. A new member joined the Anoka Hennepin School Board this week.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
On Monday night, Erin Harris McArdle was sworn in as the District 1 representative. She beat out Tom Heidemann for the seat at the last election. Incumbents Marcy Anderson and Nicole Hayes were re-elected and also took the oath of office on Monday night. Anderson will serve as the new school board chair, and Hayes becomes the new vice chair. Our late week winter storm will ensure plenty of snow for our annual winter celebration. Snowflake Days kicks off on January 25th and continues through February 9th. This year's Snowflake Days button will go on sale on Martin Luther King Day. They are $3 each and can be purchased at several local businesses, including Boulevard Bar and Grill, Chanticleer Pizza and Grill, the High 10 Service Center, and Jensen's Foods. It is National Skating Month, and hundreds of ice arenas across the country are opening their doors to welcome new skaters to the ice. The Coon Rapids Ice Center is hosting a skating event on Sunday, January 26th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the door. Kids 5 and under are admitted free. Lights Out skating will take place at 6:30 p.m. Skate rental is available, and there's a concession stand if you get hungry or thirsty. All right, that brings us to the end of today's show. Stay safe out there with the storm today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you right back here again next week.